versus.
So kind of back to one thing that was a hit and miss, and maybe I missed it. Of course, I was rewinding, making sure I was double checking some things, but there was no buffer between Derek and Austin, correct? I mean, they just kind of got up in each other's face. There was nobody interviewing Derek like it wasn't a T-bone interview. It was just
man, I cannot remember.
I see. I just kind of one of those things. I'm on the spot, but I think a buffer. So if you put your hands on my wife, I don't know that I would be calm enough to even talk smack to you. I'd want to go at you. So I just think that might have been a small little detail that could have kind of provided a buffer. Maybe if you had T-Bone doing the interview, and then so the angry side wouldn't come in, would have a little bit of a buffer to keep from just going right into strangling the guy. So I understand that, but I get that they probably looked at it as Austin was trying to present himself as in the backstage capacity and not, try to keep that angle, that approach to it. So I'll give it a pass there, but that would be one little small, minute detail I would add there. Cosmetically, with the entrance, a lot of times when you see guys coming out, you can see people in the back. I think if they, for future tapings, maybe try to, work on some of that piece. So as somebody comes to the ring, you don't see other people in the background. You provide somewhat of an additional buffer there. That's just a cosmetic thing. Again, I like, and I'll butcher his name, the Russian Mela. Yeah, you do that part, the pronunciation.
No. Let's call him the Russian. There we go.
Russian, Meklanov. Yeah. However, I'll butcher that if I had to ring announce him. But I saw more. I want to kind of do a 2-for-1 here. Saw a little more aggression from him. I'd like to see a little bit more aggression from him, and maybe a little more of a growl. That's kind of one of those. That type of gimmick, I guess, so to speak. But I will say this from past matches and stuff, just from this program, I did see improvement there. I was slightly a good debut for Jace Osei, if I'm
Jace Osei. Yeah, we got that one right.
I guess I'm a little old school. I would kind of like to see him against a grizzled veteran and dominate the grizzled veteran for an introductory first-time match. So I don't know who that would be, even if you went and pulled somebody, a guy that's been around a while that has had a solid career and would come in for a one-time, off thing or whatever. It was a little bit of a comedy for a main event and for an introductory match. Had they not ended up with heat, I might have been a little more aggressive on this main event, but since they had some heat to follow the main event. But, when I see main event, I kind of want to see a couple of stars, even if it's early on and establishing them, go at it. I get the idea. Again, it's easy to be armchair booker. Let me throw that out there. So I don't want to come off as, nitpicking.
No, we just say we are nitpicking, and I've done that too. I said I've been really, really picky on some stuff, and that's what we want to see. We want to see something that Go ahead,
I just like to see that guy and Precious is a gimmick and he works at what it is well. Even it may or may not be my cup of tea type of gimmick, but he works it very well for what he has or what it's supposed to be. So he does a good job there. For a guy like that you're bringing in with that MMA background and looking like he could just, kill us all, for lack of a better terminology. I'd like to see the competition be somebody like a grizzled veteran or something that you could throw in there with him and let him kind of get a dominating victory of sorts and be like, holy cow, this guy's going to set the tone now that he's here. He just beat a well-respected 5-time regional champion or whatever the guy might be.
Right.
That's kind of where I'm tracking, man. Just little things, man. I mean, it's like I said, it's easy to play armchair booker here. And, if I had an unlimited checkbook, I'd do things this, that, and the other way. But, again, not having been on this show, and now we're up to 7 weeks of this, again, I tip my hat to Dustin Starr and what he's doing and trying to accomplish. It takes a lot of nerve and guts. He's done a lot of good things along the way, building up until this point to have an actual local Memphis show. So I tip my hat to him being a promoter. I've done it a handful of times. It can be a stressful situation. I look back on things and, if I had an unlimited budget, I could have done this production piece or I would have thrown some video package here. But again, you are on a budget, so keep that in mind. But that's what I have, man.
All right. My misses, the wrestling was just not as good this week. It really wasn't, except for the 8-man tag, which had one of my favorite teams, the Russells, They had 2 of the kids in there. Had a posse. I like posse comedy. Yeah. I thought overall the matches, the girl match, Bam Bam and Precious. I just thought Super Ed. I don't know if Super Ed's going to be something that that goes over in a PC community, a world now, a PC world. I just thought the wrestling, it's like last week it was 6 matches and everything seemed to flow a lot better, and then everything was slow or didn't flow this week. I love Precious. I think he's hilarious, but I think we had a little bit too much of him. I want more of Alan Steele and Johnny Dodson. Right. A little bit too much of Precious this week.